would do it. So pretty much stuck with George.
All right, you guys ready for the challenge? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. And please don't say George All right, George. Wiley put the challenge out to you. Why did you accept?
Because I want to progress in comedy, and obviously this is the best way to do it.
You need to talk to other people. Okay, alright. So, now, usually I'll go to the judges on first reaction. But because they get to pick the winner in this one, I'm going to go to the audience first. Judge it on first appearance. Make some noise, think George is going to win this. Make some noise, think Wiley's going to win this. Alright. Judges, who do you think is going to win? On appearance.
First of all, I hate when they bring foreigners to our country. What?
This is a tough one for me, I think. I don't know who the fuck either of you are, by the way. So I'm going to have to win a little bit. I'm always scared of a young Ranga guy with fire in his eyes. Like, you know that he's holding some shit in. But you know, to come up and roast yourself to start with, like, I don't know. I'm going with the Ranga.
All right, Amanda.
I'm going with the Rainer because he looks like he can sell me some drugs after the show.
All right, so the judges made their choice. You made their choice. You guys ready for the final card of the night? Once again, first round, 5 lines each. Now, George, since Wiley put the challenge out, do you want to go first or do you want to give it to Wiley?
Now Wiley can go.
Wiley will go first. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you guys ready? Yeah! Let's go. Are you ready? Yeah! George Palaphone, let's lose ball!
Guys, if you're ordering drinks tonight, I recommend a drink called the George. It's a pale ginger ale. It's kind of fruity.
That was so good, dude. Wiley's girlfriend, she loves getting stoned, right, which makes her perfect for Wiley. Middle Eastern guys.
Talk about Middle East, there we go.
Middle Eastern guys are... Can I finish my joke, mate? Look, your joke bombed, get over it, alright? This is killing shit, right? Killing shit, alright. I'm gonna start over because you fucked up. Right. Guys, Wiley's girlfriend loves getting stoned. But you've all guessed the punchline. Does someone else want to do it? Alright.
I'm being refreshed!
Because guys from the Middle East are stoning people all the time.
It's a C- at best, I would say. I'm not surprised. His first joke was about immigration. Coming from the love child of Pauline Hanson and Mr. Burns.
I wish she was in power so you get fucking deported. Right. Yeah, you know, I only actually know, I've only ever heard of two Syrians, right? Wiley and President Assad. And I'm not actually sure which is funnier, to be honest.
Oh, hey, Assad!
Yeah.
George is so boring that whenever I can't sleep, I just count Georges.
I'm surprised you can count, mate. Okay. Yeah, guys. When I the day before the election was the first time I saw Wiley on stage, and the next day I voted One Nation.
The only thing that works out less than George are his relationships. His family, they all voted for Brexit just to prevent him from moving back. back.
Yeah, it was real good. Anyway, Wiley has said that living in Parramatta makes him feel like he's back at home. But when you're from Syria, it's not exactly a compliment, is it?
Last one.
I already wrote that joke, too, so.
Did you really? Alright.
Yeah. George is the ginger golem, minus the ring and 2 friends.
You're the Syrian Bigfoot because no one believes in you.
Alright, now we're cooking. Alright. So, that's round 1. Now, before I go to the judges and they pick who won that round, I'll go to the audience first. Make some noise if you think Wiley should have won that round. Wait. Did you notice your girlfriend didn't even cheer for that one? Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise if you think George should have won that one. Okay. Now we go to the judges. Who wants to go first? We'll start with Liam. You haven't started off. Oh, I mean.
The lady.
Okay.
Okay. Lady. What the fuck are you reckon? Okay. Well, it was obvious that the Ranger had it all over the Middle Eastern dude from the word go, but you know, it was more in your reactions to the kind of non-jokes from you that were good. I'm still kind of waiting to laugh at a real roasting joke, so I'm hoping you guys bring it in the second round.
So who are you going to give it to in this one?
What's that?
You giving it to George or are you giving it to Wiley?
I'm giving it to the Ranger.
Alright, 1 point to George. Alright.
You won't even use his name.
Alright. Liam.
I enjoyed that round quite well, by the way. Well done, guys. Some well-written burns, but I think it was definitely, as Amanda said, the comebacks that got me. So George by a landslide.
Alright, to George, doesn't really matter for Peter, but let's get his opinion on this.
Yes, thank you. First of all, Seizure, Amanda spent 5 minutes praising George, and you go, who did you think was better? It was pretty obvious. Anyway.
Roast battle next month?
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Genius. 2-syllable word. You got it.
I think it's going to be an audience versus Peter one.
I would have to give that one to George, even though he's really mean. But yeah.
Alright, so it looks like George has got the point. Make some noise for George. Alright. Now it's time for round 2. 30 seconds each. We might extend it to a minute depending how well they go. George, you get to go first in this one. You guys ready? You guys ready? Round 2, battle!
Yeah, guys, Wiley has a love-hate relationship with comedy. Right, he loves doing it, and everyone else hates it. Sorry, guys. No, I am. I've already basically won. Yeah, Wiley, he works hard to maintain his body, but really he needs a large body to be in proportion to his nose. What next? Yeah, you know, when Wiley started comedy, he got really comfortable in the spotlight real quick. You know, just replaced the dick in his hand with a microphone and he slapped on stage instead.
Alright, Wiley's turn.
Alright guys, first of all, I want everyone to give it up for George. Yeah. And all the comics that wrote his jokes for him. That's great. George actually has a very similar writing style to the late great Robin Williams. Dead. George wanted to be a one-liner comic till he realized a one-liner comic isn't just a comic with only one line. It was actually actually, like I spoke to him before, he was pretty worried about losing this battle. I think he should be more focused on losing his virginity. George went to a Catholic school where he was voted the least molesterable. Yeah, the kid. I have one more.
YJ and George! Alright. Do we have to go to the judges for this one? I don't know. But we'll go to the audience first. Makes noise think Wiley won this round. That was a girlfriend in the back. Makes noise think George should have won that round. Alright, now judges, you have a very tough choice in picking who gets this round because if George wins, we're done. And he can leave early. Otherwise, we can go one more round and destroy Wiley. So, up to you guys. And we'll start with Liam.
Well, I want to get the
Amanda.
fuck out of here, so George.
Alright.
Pretty close again. I must say I was kind of disappointed by the number of jokes that George had in that 30-second bit. It was like 3 or something compared to a lot
Have to
more.
read them.
Don't take it.
Well, I'm not a quick.
You're burning yourself.
I'm not in the game.
He only had three jokes written for him, so
George.
for that round.
And as compared to, we probably heard like 10 from you. Still George.
No, I thought Wiley finished well on that. I'm going to go for Wiley in that one. He had some really good lines towards the end there.
Alright, well, it looks like we know who our winner is, but do you guys want to go one more round? Yeah! Do you guys?
That wasn't the deal, Steve. You just said that if we...
I don't give a fuck, it's my show. Alright!
Well, get me a beer.
One more round! Fuck the judges! Yeah. Alright, last round. Even though George won, George, do you want to decide or do you want to give it to Wiley?
I don't care.
Alright. Wiley goes first. 5, 5, 2, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise! Last round!
George is the skinniest comic I know. His clothes have less material than he does.
Bloody got me. Alright, that's when I first saw Wiley on stage, looking at his physique, I thought he was doing a gym class. No one really wanted to be there.
He's making fun of my lips.
Mate, that was like the worst joke I've done, and it's already better than anything you've said.
George is an atheist. George is an atheist. If I look like George, I'd lose faith in God too.
It's sort of the opposite with you, though. Your life's so hopeless, God's lost faith in you.
You know what? George makes a lot of terrorist jokes at me. Truth is, I would never be a terrorist. I'd never kill myself to spend an eternity with 72 Georges.
Sydney audiences are usually pretty respectful about Wiley's Syrian background. After every one of his jokes, a moment's silence.
That's my fucking joke! You just took my joke that I do on stage and you just repeated it here.
Mate, you have to do that joke every time you're on stage because you bomb a joke and have to say it to get it off.
He's just admitted that he stole my joke to use against me. That's awesome. George is so ugly. If he dropped the soap in prison, the inmates would just give it back to him. Of course, I'm just joking. Look at him. He would be the soap. He's a human fleshlight.
Yeah, guys, I didn't really understand racism until I met Wiley. I was looking at Pauline Hanson talking, I don't really get what she did, and then I met him, and I was like, oh no, I get it now.
Last one.
George has lived here most of his life, and he doesn't have the accent. It's because it's taken him that long to crawl out of his basement. So.
Yeah, I don't know. you can only come up with so much gold, really.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wiley J. Alright! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you guys decide who won that round. Even though it doesn't matter, you guys will get picked. But judges, do you have an opinion who did better then, real quick? No? No?
I think Wiley came back really well in the third round there, and the 72 virgins, George in heaven, I'm not going to get that out of my head for a long time, so I'm going to give it to Wiley.
Liam, you just want to skip this, or?
Yeah, we'll look.
Alright. Peter.
Just because Amanda went for Wiley, I'm going to have to go for George. No, the comeback lines were just brilliant. I thought that because the actual lines themselves, I would have said about equal, but the comeback lines, yeah, you're really mean, George. But yeah, I would have to go with George.
Used to get bullied. I get it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody, I've done it, alright? It's all over.
Okay, you guys get to decide. Do you want the Boston Bomber to win or Reese with Age to win? Alright. So, make some noise. You think Wiley J did it better? Make some noise and think George Puffer did it better. Wiley, that was a bit tough. Do you want to do it again? Do you want to?
I think we're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Puffer!
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.